Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Starbound Legion. And everybody in the 501st, hello, hello, hello. Everyone outside, hello. We've got myself, Effort, Amani, Stitches, Hob, Smiley, Cardiac, and of course our DM, Shatter, coming at you live for another episode. We hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, we don't got much for you today, so just stick around and enjoy the game.
Alrighty. Rolling right back into things. After your fierce fight in the blood fields, things have taken a turn for the worst. Surrounded by nightmares, you had held your ground around the teleporter circle, cutting them down in waves until what looked like a large fallen class had emerged from the south. Your newly found, apparently ally at the time, Dawn went to engage the nightmare creature as you guys remained back to hold the line. And but a single blow, she smited it. But something odd seemed to happen. Crowned in hellfire, she had turned upon the party and had leaped forward, driving a sword through Smiley and pinning him to the ground. Fearing the end, you watch as she had suddenly had blood running from her eyes, her ears, her mouth, as she had gone into what looked like some sort of seizure or cardiac, and collapsed on top of Smiley. With seconds to spare in the teleporter, your party had grabbed both of the fallen members and dragged them within the circle before it had gone off. You were violently thrown sideways once again through the dark, feeling as if you're breaking through multiple layers of glass, shattering one after another, before you are violently spit back out into some sort of light. You find yourself impacting hard on stone below you as you roll to the floor. You kind of shake your head, your vision clearing. As you climb to your feet, you look around, and you are met with a wall of steel surrounding you on all sides, while thousands of seekers circle the pad. For a moment, silence reigns. Then you see this familiar face of your guild officer pushed to the front, her eyes wide and staring at you. The crowd parts for her as she slowly approaches, caution etched on her face. As she nears, you notice her eyes darting to the huddled and shaking form of Dawn in the center of the formation, still face down on the ground, panic crossing her features. "Everyone out now!" she screams, turning to the assembled seekers. A heavily armored and massive individual steps forward, his gaze still fixed on the party. "But, Lady Vivian, we don't even know—" "Out now!" The guild officer yells again, gesturing to the doors as a sudden blast of wind rocks the room, throwing many of the closest seekers from their feet. The rest scurry to follow her confusing order. Once the room clears, she turns back to the party, approaching the rest of the way while removing her outer purple guild overcoat. She kneels beside Dawn, gently draping the coat over her shaking form, hiding her head from view. Vivian draws a brightly colored piece of cloth wrapped around her forearm and throws it into the air. Its form twists and shifts before transforming into a vividly colored bird that settles onto her outstretched hand. "Go find Kane. Show me the labs. Bring him to me. Go, Vesper. Be quick." The tiny bird nods before shooting off deeper into the guild. "We can put her in my suite for now. You all follow. We have to talk. Healer, can you carry her?"
I pick up Dawn.
Okay. Taking her in your arms, you follow Vivian through the hallways of the guild. She sets a quick pace in front of you, and you see doors that were left open in front of her snap shut as wind latches them closed. Any like seekers or other guild staff that you encounter along your way, she just barks at, and they instantly like dart back into the rooms or immediately go find another direction to walk. You go deeper and deeper into the guild halls before finding a staircase towards the middle, ascending the levels one by one. You emerge into what looks like a more well-decorated hallway. Doors line it, and it seems like there is some sort of ornamentation here. Some sort of wealth is on display. You keep walking down the hallway as you see one face kind of like blearily open the door. His eyes widen. Vivian, what? And the door slams in his face as the wind knocks it back into him. She doesn't even look at him, just keeps walking. You reach the entire end of the hall, where two great double doors reside. She opens them and gestures you all inside. You all funnel in, and you find a well-furnished, what looks like sitting room, with a wide spread of couches, tables, and chairs adorning it. She points to the couches around the center table. All of you, sit. Healer, follow me. And she leads Yuma back farther into the what looks like a bedroom. She proceeds through the bedroom and opens up a small bathroom. Strip her clothes. Get her in the tub now. You hasten to follow her orders as she begins running water. And you notice as like you are like taking clothes off that she is like burning up, like getting to the point where it's like scalding your arms. You dunk her in the tub and you see steam rise as the water starts bubbling. She pulls the drain plug and like for the next 10 minutes you focus on mostly just cooling her down. Eventually the water stops bubbling. She nods at you. Go wait in the room, I'll find you in a minute.
I leave? Before I leave, can I ask if she wants any... Does she need any healing?
None that you can provide.
Okay. Yuma leaves.
You do notice during the process of all this that there are burn scars across probably about at least half of this girl's body. Bad. It seems like her entire left side is just completely scarred up and lit up by them. They seem to be pulsing red almost. As you go back into the sitting room, your party has a couple minutes to themselves here.
What has become of Cyrus during this?
Yeah, do I have still have a sword in me?
Yeah, you guys are just like dragging Cyrus through the halls here.
Didn't I heal him and pull the sword out before?
I believe what happened is you had determined that it's probably better to leave the sword in right now, or in the moment of combat. Do you wish to try and appease the situation now that you have a moment?
Yeah, I'll
I can also help if necessary.
Just pull the fucking thing out.
Yeah,
You're just gonna pull it out?
where are my spell slots gone? Why am I... Oh, because I'm in...
Want to just hold some
yeah,
healing at the same time?
Yeah, I whilst casting Cure Wounds at 2nd level, I remove the sword.
I'll cast it at 1st level.
You all kind of lay Cyrus out on this like vanity couch next to this table, and he is like grimacing in pain. He's like, "Pull it out, just fucking pull it out, get it out." You're like, "Okay." Cyrus, you kind of like grab one of the throw pillows and just like bite down on it as like 1, 2, and Yuba yanks the sword out as a couple of your party members like put healing on at the same time.
I did roll double.
Because I did.
Oh, you did. I thought those were my dice for a second. I don't know why.
The pink dice.
Yeah, I don't.
So
It's a lot of heal.
yeah, Yuma. It looks like she's hurt about as much as Osiris is, as she yanks out the sword, and then does 18 healing.
Holy shit! Okay.
I only do 4. I'm
But
helping.
Yuma like falls over. Like she staggers backward and falls over as she pulls the sword out.
Cyrus, you watch as Yuma yanks the sword out, the wound almost instantly closing on your chest, the pressure finally gone, and you take a deep breath of relief as you see the healer at your side go to her knees and cough up a bit of blood on the table.
That certainly does not seem good.
Are you all right?
Did you hurt yourself? Fucking pulling the sword out.
Not as bad as you.
I don't know. I don't know what you did, but I feel pretty good now. I'm ready to go back.
Are you fucking nuts? Go back.
It's a fun
I
time.
would prefer some good rest in the bed.
That was hell on earth. Literally.
Nah, I didn't think it was that bad. That big one, though, honestly, probably not ready for that one. But the other two were actually a fun fight.
Yeah, we could have taken it.
Y'all are fucking nuts.
Yuma sits down in like a far corner on one of the chairs and just kind of like catches her breath.
Okay.
I'm
Zach
going
is
to.
gonna
There are some refreshments like spread out on the table here.
dibs.
If you guys
Oh,
Hold up. Wait a minute.
yeah.
It's a dibs.
I grab your
Dibs.
refreshment.
I'll take some. I'll take a glass of. I'll pour some. I assume there's like a pitcher of water. I'll pour some water into a glass and drink.
No, this is like a very well furnished room. There's like a small like plate of like cookies out. There's a pitcher of water. There's also a small like liquor cabinet set up in the corner.
Is there a bookshelf?
I go to the
There are yes, there's a bookshelf around half the room.
Can I anything that would interest me?
Make an investigation.
Do I have anything
So-
that can contain water outside of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
glass?
You have a canteen.
Oh, I'm taking some water and I'm filling my canteen.
All right.
Same.
What'd you roll?
17 on intelligence. Or whoa, I rolled an investigation check.
You scan the books around the room. A lot of them are just general literature books. A couple of just straight up fantasy books, which you've never seen before. And but the vast majority seem to be some sort of like financial and movement reports.
I will stuff one of the fiction books in my bag and start reading through some of the like guild books.
Okay.
Mossback is going to head over to the healer, Yuma. Yuma, right?
Yuma nods.
Are you okay? Do you need healing? I can help with pain or disease if needed.
Yuma shakes her head, and then Mossberg, in your mind, you hear, "No, this is just an old thing.
Understood.
A skill issue, if you will."
Yes, I know that quite well.
As you guys are talking, Vivian opens the door to the bedroom, closing it behind her. You see the form of Dawn kind of like huddled up in a bed with blankets over her, still apparently lights out to the world, but no longer at least like shaking. I have an image for you guys. Here is the guild officer.
Zeph would have put the probably classified book back on the shelf as he heard them coming out of the bathroom.
There you go.
I saw that.
Should have played a bard.
Amen. Looks at charisma stat. Cries.
She walks out of the room, closing the door behind her, and takes a seat on the couch, and like for a solid 20 seconds just kind of puts her head in her hands, takes some deep breaths.
Is,
Why are you upset? Is it your friend?
I'm sure you all have many questions.
Well,
It's-
yeah, she erupted in fire right in front of us and then passed out.
And then stabbed me, don't forget that.
That's also true. She did stab him.
That is
Now, I
true.
did
She
pull
stabbed
her
him.
out. Even though she did stab my friend, I did pull her out.
Right
so
in the chest.
I'm assuming that I will be compensated.
Correct.
Friend's a bold statement. I don't know any of these people.
Look, it's not my place to tell the full story. I don't think anyone knows all of it except Dawn herself. Just know that she is a good person. She just loses herself a bit sometimes. She also pays dearly for it when she pushes herself too far. Oh, I've never seen it this bad.
So this is.
I called in a good friend to help, who may be able to point us in the right direction. He's already aware of her situation and can be discreet, which I highly advise each of you also are. And she kind of like lifts her gaze up, and you see like wind kind of blow her hair around a little bit, and you feel like the atmosphere pressure kind of push you down into your seats.
You mean this is normal for her?
Kind of. Look, it just as she like starts to begin, you hear a small knock on the door, and she kind of casually over her shoulder, "Come in." You see a tall, thin, younger, scruffy man walk through the door, trailing after a small bird who happily settles on Vivian's shoulder. Dressed in the robes of the guild research staff, he has dark circles under his eyes and looks like he has been sleeping in his clothes for a few days. He tiredly nods at Dawn before collapsing at an open chair. He reaches for a bottle on the table, taking a swig from it directly before pouring some in a glass. Got another picture for you guys, just for you. There you go.
Sheesh. That's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
That's Bradley Cooper.
That's the goodness.
Everyone, meet Second Prince Kane, close friend of myself and Dawn. He kind of gestures with the glass and nods at all of you.
Second prince, what happened to the first one?
You see him kind of look at you. You don't know how royal lines work, do you?
Well,
No, not really.
no, we're all starving and just almost died yesterday. What did you do?
He takes a drink. Fair enough. Vivian,
I have- Go ahead.
he kind of looks at Vivian. How bad is it this time? Vivian kind of like grimaces. Not good. Kane, if you can explain. He kind of nods, taking another sip. He looks at the rest of the party. Takes a breath. As best as I've been able to tell, Dawn has some form of demonic bloodline in her. And an extremely powerful one at that. Usually, this would be the result of some sort of tiefling lineage, but that seems to not be the case here, as she is, by all accounts, human. This seems to be the cause of the extreme instability when calling upon her bloodline, as if it's struggling against being repressed by something else. She's literally burning herself up inside when using it, and from the sound of things, she pushed herself to a full burnout this time. She'll recover in time, but I fear she may be doing permanent damage to herself each time she pushes this far, as symptoms and backlash seem to be growing each time. I fear this is an inevitable outcome, as she's currently our greatest weapon against the nightmare that the guild has. And that need is just grown exponentially.
So you have research on this, right? On her? On Dawn?
Yeah. I've been working with her for the past couple of years, trying to figure this out with Vivian. We've been keeping close lid on things, obviously.
Your idea of a close lid is to let her out there and possibly harm other people.
Look, it's not usually that bad. She's a very, very effective fighter.
Maybe too effective.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Correct. Yes, yes.
This research you keep on her, you keep it where? Obviously, you don't want this getting out, so it's not just in your library.
Most of it's just in my head, her personal journals. Her name's scrubbed from it. The situation is complicated.
Is any of that
And
worth sharing?
it's just gotten more complicated. What are you talking about, Kane? Vivian asks, as her gaze kind of narrows at him. I wasn't in the labs when Vesper found me, Viv. I was inspecting the teleport ruins under the pad.
That is my question exactly.
When it was utilized yesterday, a crack was reported in the city's primary mana stone. He knocks back the rest of his drink before raising the empty glass in his hands. It's finally giving out. After over 200 years. And when it does, he clenches his hand around the glass, shattering the glass into hundreds of pieces, and letting the broken pieces tumble below to the floor. We're out of time, Viv. A few weeks at most. It's now or never. Tell him. You see Vivian kind of take a shuddering breath before beginning. The guild is planning an all-out assault on the Gate Guardian, followed by a mass exodus of the city by all that will follow through the mountain pass beyond in hopes of finding habitable lands. The plan will fail, Kane states. Even if we do manage to subdue the Guardian, there's nothing out there for us. We will all die alone in the dark under a never-ending tide of nightmares. But we, and he gestures to himself and Vivian, we have another plan. Vivian nods. When the creeping dark emerged a few years ago, it wiped out everyone in the Vale in an almost instant. I'm sure you heard of the incident.
We heard of the incident.
Have you? It was in your guidebook.
I will relay the information that I learned from reading my guidebook.
I will pull up the guidebook.
I don't recall there being.
I will read it to you.
Deep time when we were done.
Only a single nightmare entity has reached the classification of unholy, that of the creeping dark. While unknown if it is some sort of natural disaster or that of a never-before-seen scale of nightmare, it emerged only once from the location known as Godfall. A wave of sweeping darkness enveloped the entire province shortly after, though no direct form was able to be made out. All seekers in the Vale were swiftly lost and never recovered other than one. All further evidence of the event has been deemed classified by order of the Vale Guild, and all research into the Godgrave was swiftly halted indefinitely.
Wonder who the one was.
As you say that, Vivian nods. They wiped out everyone in the Vale in almost an instant. Everyone except Dawn. She said that everyone it touched seemed to have their very essence drained from them, turning them into husks as they fell, almost like the corruption of the Vale itself. Her flames seemed to hold back the true dark, at least long enough to escape. Kane raises his head to meet the gaze of the party. Personally, I don't much like the idea of the last spark of civilization going out with a whimper. In 2 weeks, we were taking a group of volunteers to Godfall. And we're going to attempt to kill whatever the fuck is down there and take back the veil. Where we will surely all die a horrible death. You guys interested?
You believe it's possible? Why?
Do I believe it's possible? Faintly.
Then why try?
It's that or certain death in the mountain pass.
And you have research on this, like this is written down, and you've done studies, and you've formed a hypothesis, and you've done the research on this, and there's just no other way. It sounds like this is obviously the certain death option.
I guess there's no way to keep the city afloat. Like, there's no other powerful mages who can at least repair.
No. The skill of crafting the mana crystals possible to power the ruins of the city are lost to us. No one of that caliber exists in the modern age. As for the research you mentioned, we've done what we can discreetly with Dawn. We've tested it on nightmares in the Vale that have been contained. They seem to fear whatever her flames are when she activates her bloodline. We don't know exactly what it is. And as far as we can tell, it is the one thing that has so far pierced the true dark below. He kind of spreads his arms wide as he grabs the bottle again, taking a direct swig from it. So, if you have a better idea, I am all ears.
How long do we have?
A little over 2 weeks, my best guess.
Before the city falls.
Yes.
We're going to need access to everything that you have that you can offer us. We're not equipped to do this.
We can help a little bit.
At the very least, we'll need somewhere to rest our heads for tonight.
He kind of looks at Vivian. We're not the ones in control of all this. Vivian nods. My father is head of the guild, so I can get you some access, but he is directly against the idea. We've tried to go to him twice now about this, and he's refused to listen. They're scared. Kane nods, as is the royal family.
They're scared or cowards?
He kind of shrugs. My family are cowards. The guildmaster, he's just scared.
I have another question.
Shoot!
After killing this unholy entity, what does it stop everything else? Like, what about all the tyrants and all the other high-class death things?
Maybe.
And if it doesn't, then we all go and die or not die and then die to everything else?
Maybe. As far as my research has told, its influence is the closest thing I've seen to the corruption of the Vale. What's actually killing the land. If taking down that thing can at least give us a fighting chance, then I think it's worth it.
I don't like it.
We're going to need weapons and armor. I mean, I'm on my travel clothes right now. I don't have anything.
And I'll need probably access to like a private library as well to study up on what we may find.
We can help with some of it. Like I said, we're not the ones in control of all this. Everyone that we've gathered so far are doing it on their own volition, and might I add, going directly against the Guildmaster's orders, so keep all of this quiet for now.
So what's our next step then?
The next step is we have to find a way to stabilize Dawn, or else she's going to die down there.
Oh, like stabilize her permanently?
At least temporarily.
I mean, I can try a temporary fix right now. I don't know if it'll help.
She's recovering now. She'll be fine in a day or two. But the extent that we would need to push her to pierce the Godfall is much more than what she displayed today. And I think you saw the fallout of that.
I have another quandary. Because
Yes.
to be quite honest, I don't particularly care about her health and well-being. I care about my own. If she goes too far and pushes herself, does she just die or does she become stronger? Do we need a solution? If she is the solution, why not let her go off the rails? Kill her, yeah, we'll support, sure, but if she's our best chance, and it's her flames, let her have it.
You see, as you say this, Vivian slowly stands up. Her hair starts billowing behind her. That is not an option, as like Kane kind of raises his hand, putting it on her shoulder. We're not certain what would happen. Whether she would just burn up, or if she would turn on us.
I think she would turn on us, considering what we witnessed. Just a thought.
Well, it
I
feels
got
like it's
stabbed.
death against death against death. Why not put,
It's
you know,
true.
one of the deaths against each other?
I'd rather not get stabbed again, to be frank.
Yeah, he did
It
get
did
stabbed.
not look pleasant, I can tell you that.
Well, we can, you know, send her in. We, you know, take a couple steps back and, you know, good luck. Break a leg.
You see Kane kind of like think about it for a moment before Vivian speaks up. It'd be a temporary solution at best, as she is like eyeballing you hard. You're gonna throw away our only weapon that we have. in a
Again,
one-use
not
area.
throw it away, but use it. If she
Sometimes-
can at least weaken it, then maybe we can go in. Again, support, but why potentially weakening her by maybe sealing away the thing that it fears?
She's not a weapon, you asshole. She's a fucking human being.
And yet you
What?
talk of using her to pierce and go ahead with this plan.
Fair point, correct.
Look,
It is her
I'm not
life.
saying to. I'm not saying to waste the life. She is a human. But there are things that need to be considered when it comes to powers like this. It's delicate. You need to take your time with finding the right solution, and it might not be a good one.
I mean, we're here considering what quite possibly could be a pointless sacrifice. And we're not going to consider every option.
You see Vivian kind of like slump her shoulders and sit back down. Just asking that we try.
Yes,
Sure.
of course.
I'm sure if we don't find a solution, she would be more than willing to throw herself off the fucking ledge for us.
It's only humanity that's at stake.
Correct.
Is
But
Dawn still in the
that's the
bathroom?
situation.
Is
I
Dawn still
take
in the
it that
bathroom?
you all are interested at least.
Not a big fan of gambling.
Well, I don't know if this is even gambling at this point when every hand's a losing hand, except the one that you haven't flipped yet.
If the research shows that it'll work or it's the best bet, then it has to be the best bet. The research won't lie.
Well, I'll be honest, it's either I don't really want to die, but if it's either wait and die or walk to a place and die or go down fighting, I don't know which one is better. I definitely don't want to wait and die. from a collapsing city that has only wronged me.
I've spent my life leading up to this moment being told what to do. It'll be nice to have my own choice.
Good. We're in agreement. I would like to consult Dawn on this, but seeing as the current situation, I think that's out of the realm of possibilities. So, I think we're left to our own devices. It'll take me at least another day or so to stabilize the teleport circle to be usable again. It's not helping that it's probably drawing on the city's power supply, so the more it's utilized, the worse things are going to get, faster. But there are a couple cards left to play in the Veil. Number one that I see, I have interest in Mistward in the northeast. I've sent research teams down, and there's a possibility, and I agree with it, that it is some sort of arcane wizard's tower that has survived at least part of the collapse here. If it has at least some of the answers that we're looking for, it'd be worth a bet. How we get past the arcane barrier, though, I have no fucking idea, as it has stumped me for a couple of years now.
This is good to know.
In the informational book that we were given, did it make any mention of what kind of arcane barrier this is, or like, is it like a complete dome? Is it just like a wall around the door, or?
It is a complete dome around the area, with what seems to be some sort of arcane gate situated in a stone arch leading into like the valley where the tower is located.
So there's no entry from above?
No.
Does the guild have much research on this gate?
We've looked at it. As far as we can tell, there is what we think is a slot for a key, or some sort of keyed artifact in the gateway itself, but we haven't ever found it.
Have you tried to dig under it?
Yes.
That's all I've got.
Whoever the hell built this thing was incredibly powerful.
And you don't know who built it?
Whatever reigning arcanist was in the region.
I think it is worth a visit, if it will help us in the end.
The other lead, worth investigating, is Dawn herself. We need more information on what happened, and she hasn't talked yet. Vivian knows a bit more than I do. Vivian kind of nods. I met Dawn when we were younger. Father had business with the royal family, and we met in the castle. Her father is captain of the guard there. I don't believe it's her actual father. She has made vague reference to this. That's as much as I know. But if that man has answers, then maybe it's a place to start at least.
You think they'll talk?
Maybe. Kane kind of nods. I can give you a writ of passage to at least get you into the castle and see him. But that's as far as my influence goes. I'm a bit of a black sheep with the family at the moment.
Can it be tomorrow? I'm very tired.
Agreed.
Yes. I would highly advise taking a day, but just know that the clock is ticking.
I have one final question. Why us? You have so many at your disposal. So many that are more equipped than us, more prepared than us.
Because you guys already had the info dumped in your lap, apparently. True, we have access to many strong seekers, and a couple of them have agreed to help. But they don't know the full story, and I don't know what they would do with the info about Dawn if we told them.
And you know what we'll do?
No, but it's out of my hands now. And with the 2-week window, what's the worst that could happen? Plus, you all kind of, hate to say it, proved yourself today. I think it escaped my notice that you were the only ones to come back with her. Has to go for something.
Well, there were some seekers that gave their lives for us. At the end there.
Then you, my friend, have the most important factor of being a successful seeker. You know what that is?
Influence?
Luck.
Food.
I did tackle one of those things. This was very impressive, I think.
Anyways, I'm sure Vivian can help you with accommodations, and I'll get with her and have a writ of passage sent to you for tomorrow morning. He kind of pulls out a small purse from his pocket and sets it on the table. For your personal finances in the future. This is all I have on me. I don't have access to my family's vaults anymore. So make good use of it, be smart. And be silent about this. If any of this word got out, the city would light up like a matchbox.
It already seems like it is.
You really want to be the one to go out there and tell them that they're all going to die in 2 weeks?
No, but I'm just saying it's probably 100 other people saying the same thing.
Except this time
But we're
we
going to be
actually
ones
know.
that do about it.
Anyways, he stands up, kicking back the rest of the bottle. I wish you all luck. Vivian, if you need me, I'll be in the labs, trying to cobble together the rest of this fucking ruined catastrophe. Let me know if you need anything. And he walks out the door.
Going to scurry over to the plate of or where some of the food is and take some.
Okay.
Shatter.
Yes.
I was wondering during that conversation, would I have recognized Kane from my history? From my background, I guess?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Secret.
He is the
My backstory.
He is the current acting head of the research guild. Or the
Would-
research department of the guild.
Would Zeph also know?
Yes, he would. You would know that he came in probably 10 years ago when he was younger, and he worked his way up through the ranks naturally. He didn't actually get a position due to his family name.
What was his, everybody generally liked him, thought he did a good job?
Everyone thought he was an asshole, but he was straight and very, very, very smart.
I'm going to go up to Vivian. So I guess we gather here tomorrow. Yes.
If you want to. I can get you rooms here. I I can't make you stand out too much, or else people are going to start asking questions. But I can get you at least your own suite. I can't get you a villa, but I can put you up in a suite as consolation, we'll say, for your deeds today.
I think anything is better than what we have now.
I need not a room. I must tend to my things. But I will be back.
That was super ominous, Dodo. Great.
I know not what you speak of.
Usually there'd be a lot more ceremony on this, with a lot more people taking place, but seeing as it's just you guys, and she takes out a couple of emblems, badges, and presents them to you. Well, without further ado, congratulations! You are now all officially Sparks in the Veil Guild. These badges will work in the tavern below, and will get you 3 servings of meal a day.
And we have access to the exchange now, right?
You do.
Wonderful.
You'll also have access to the job boards, and you'll be able to form larger teams within the organization if you so wish. Though I don't recommend that at the current time with current mission. For all intents and purposes, you're going to be reporting directly to me.
Understood. Will you find us in the morning?
It is a step closer.
Yes. I'll meet you in the tavern down below at, say, 8 a.m.
I will know exactly when that is, yes.
My mechanical device on my wrist will tell me when that time is.
I will guess to my best judgment. I have no guarantee.
All right.
You, smart boy. The one about the research.
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah?
I must talk with you.
Okay. Like privately, or?
Yes. Hello to all. I must talk to this boy in private.
Okay. Anyway,
Everyone go on, whisper.
she passes out a couple of keys to you guys from a storage space that she has on her, and informs you these keys will access a suite about a floor down, halfway down the hall. If you need anything, let any of the attendants know. Now,
Thank
if you'll please, I think Dawn needs some rest.
Yuma would like to ask Vivian if there is anyone else in the guild that could do with healing or any kind of medical help. Somewhere I can go to render medical aid.
There are a small staff of medics and clerics in the guild, though they're very rare and usually overworked and overtaxed. There's a small infirmary.
I ask for directions and then I go there.
Okay.
Zeph, was it?
Yeah, yes. Mossy man? Moss-tass?
Chef Moss or Moss Back? There's 2 options.
That's right, the chef that doesn't cook.
I will one day, I swear to you.
I will patiently be waiting.
Come. I'm gonna
I will
start
follow
walking out.
Moss back.
Okay. Where are the rest of you going?
I was gonna walk up to the man with the longsword real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
We learned each other's names, by the way.
yeah, Pia, was it?
He had told you his name was Jack.
Ah, Jack. Sorry. Jack. Your name, was it?
Yeah.
Also, for the record, I don't think Yuma has told literally anyone her name.
Yep.
I think you told. I thought you told me in my
No,
head, and then I was like, "What did you say?"
I don't think you heard it, but I did tell you once.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sharon,
Jack,
can you check your DMs?
Yep.
I just wanted to say that I thought you fought very well. Have you trained? Is that your role? Are you a fighter?
I dabble.
Yeah. I just wanted to compliment you, but you fought well. And I'll extend my hand out.
Right. I'll shake your hand.
It's Cyrus. Pleasure to meet you. I hope that we'll fight together on the front line along with No Shirt Man together very well. And I'll walk over to No Shirt Man. And I'll do the same. I'll extend my hand.
Hello.
Apple, he's talking to you.
Yes. Hello there.
I'm sorry. What was your name again?
It is Apulaki.
Apolloki. Ah, right. We made the joke calling you Apple. I'm sorry. That was highly insensitive of me. I will call you Apolloki now.
It is quite alright. I understand that my name is very unique.
Your fighting style is very unique as well. Two blades.
Yes, it is a style passed down from my father.
Well, it suits you well.
I would hope so.
I'll kind of put my arm on both of them, and be like, maybe one day we'll have a spar against each other. Little practice session. How about that?
I might have just the place for that, depending on how long in the future this is.
Oh,
I'd kick your
private
ass.
gym. Whoa, overconfidence, yeah. Well, I look forward to it, and I'll pat them both on the back, and I'll kind of walk towards the table.
All right. Did anyone pick up the coin purse off the table?
I'll take it. I'll also steal one of those fancy bottles out of the cabinet.
Okay. You take the coin purse and you take a peek inside, and there are 50 gold pieces inside.
Hey. Oh. Just gonna pocket that.
And you also raid the liquor cabinet, and you get a nice bottle of brandy.
As we're walking down the hallway, I'll kind of look over to Mossback. So you wanted to talk?
Yes. I have a question about your knowledge. You seem like a well-studied man, or at least try to be.
Oh, why, thank you. Is this a question we need to be in private for?
It depends on the outcome of this question.
Oh, well, perhaps we should go in the room. Come here, and I'll take my key and try and find my room down the hallway.
Okay. I mean, you're... where's everyone going before we get to that, so I can kind of set this?
Yuma's going to
Apulaki-
the... Oh, go ahead, Omar.
Alright, Yuma's going to the infirmary.
Yeah.
Apulaki, where are you going?
I'm going to go down to the
Has died.
the bar.
He has no idea.
Yes, whatever. The tavern. Go for a meal.
Cyrus is going to the tavern. Oh,
Go ahead, buddy.
Hello.
Okay, so you're going to the tavern as well. Jack, where are you
Right
going?
back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Follow Cyrus.
Okay.
That's what it is.
So yeah, 3 of you splitting for the tavern, Yuma for the infirmary, and Zeph and Mossback going to the room.
Well, my intentions were to head outside. I was walking outside.
Oh, well then I will follow him.
Okay.
What is your... Go ahead,
go ahead.
sorry. No.
Nope, go for it.
What is your knowledge of plant life?
Boy, that's a good question, DM. What's my knowledge of plant life?
You have a basic knowledge of plant life, probably more than most people in the city, at least. You're not like an
read-
herbologist or anything, but
I've read a book or two about them. Why do you ask?
Do you care about plant life?
I care about everything.
I'm gonna sharpen one of my claws. I'm going to offer you a chance to study something with me.
Study.
But I need you
Alright.
to swear on it, on blood.
Swear on blood.
And I will cut my palm open.
And I'll kind of stare at him like, why is he doing this? I've not quite seen this before. Why are you hurting yourself?
I'm gonna stand my hand out and my finger with my claw open.
And I will
I need your help.
and I'll like sheepishly extend my hand. With what?
No. Promise me you will not share this to a soul.
For like a short period of time or forever, because research and studying really should just be shared. So
Yes, but also I don't want people with ill intention to destroy what I have come across.
you know what? For the knowledge, and I'll extend my hand fully.
Slash him open. Slash his palm open.
Okay.
Then I will shake it.
1d4 slashing damage.
All right, you make the promise. And while Mossback kind of smiles and leads you deeper into the city, I believe to the... Let me
Grove.
take a look. Yeah.
I don't like this.
I'm going to kill you. No, I'm just kidding.
Him and the DM are in cahoots.
I'm in cahoots with everybody. I believe to the west side.
Oh yeah, the Western District. Yes, that's where it is.
Yep. He starts leading you into the territory of the family. The rest of you, those of you in the tavern, you kind of like take a seat at a booth, and you see a lot of gazes kind of looking at you all like side-eyed as like low murmurs start.
Before entering the tavern, Cyrus would put his hood up and just kind of, not like try to hide, but like definitely just try not to be recognized.
Okay. You'll
I am
kind
not
of take
doing that.
a booth in one of the shadowed corners, and you see one of the guild staffers, uniform of like a waitress, kind of come up. Badges.
Here you go.
You
I'll
kind
show
of
mine.
present your badges, and she looks at it, nods. All right, what are you having?
There's a menu.
Within reason.
Whatever your hottest dish is right now.
Stew it is. I take that and a couple ales. Well, I'll suit you.
Yes, I think I
Stew and what?
It's the stew. Trust me. It's just the stew.
Is there bread?
Do you want bread with it?
I would like that, yes.
Okay. She kind of like nods and walks away. Is there anything you guys would like to particularly discuss, or are you just going here to eat and relax?
I'm not gonna bring anything out. I'm here to relax, and
Yeah,
probably
I
just
agree.
take in. Honestly, this is probably his first time in a tavern, so he's probably just fucking really clocking everyone and seeing who's looking at him.
Okay. You're, like I said, getting a lot of looks. It seems word of what happened in the teleporter hall kind of spread.
We are either very popular or very unpopular.
The waitress kind of brings your food back to you, sets down a couple tankards, and you start eating, taking a couple sips before you see a group of three kind of heavily armed seekers kind of approach your table, coming up in like a swaggering gait. So, The fuck is your deal?
Well, we survived. That's our deal.
What happened to everyone else? I had friends down
Fucking
there.
died.
What happened?
I don't know. These fucking white things came out of the woods. Murdered everyone.
White things come to Bloodfields? And you see him kind of like purse his head as like every 2 brain cells of this giant guy is working overtime.
Yes, we were attacked at the landing zone.
I don't like you.
I don't like you. You didn't even. You came up all hostile with me, and now you're saying you don't like me.
You see his friend kind of look forward. He said he don't like you.
Thank you. I heard it the first time.
Is this the start of a budding romance?
Guys, this is your first introduction of like you're starting to realize maybe the like general IQ of civilization has taken a slight dip downwards.
Yay.
And you start realizing maybe you got a little lucky in finding the party that you did.
Right. Hey, he'll snap in front of him. You fellas, yeah, here, over here, yeah. Well, we wanted to fight each other anyway, so you know where we can get a little ring going.
You been to Fight Pit?
Nah.
Good fight in Fight Pit.
What does that mean?
Intellectual conversation I'm looking for in my D&D roleplay.
You see his friend lean
Good
forward again.
fight.
He said there's good fighting in the Fight Pit, idiot.
Yeah, I fucking got it.
What? Wait, what? So what are you? Did you guys go down there or what? Like, what are you doing? Who are you?
Well, Seekers. Big,
Hey,
important
you said, who
Seekers.
are you?
He kind of looks at his friend, and his friend, like, whispers in his ear. My name's Bradley.
What, are you Bradley too? The one in the back?
No, I'm Bradley. You see the guy leaning forward. Me name's Smitty.
Oh my god.
My name's Jeff.
Alright, so what is it you want? Just wanted to eat in peace.
You see this entire conversation has thrown Bradley for, like, an entire loop now, as he kind of, like, struggles for a minute. He kind of forgot.
You said you didn't like us.
Right, I don't like you.
And? Come on.
He kind of looks at Smitty. He said he don't like you.
For fuck's sake.
That's honestly that's fine and I respect it, but could you like go over there and not like us and not right here?
You see Bradley kind of look at Smitty again. Smitty kind of shrugs. I guess that works. And he kind of like lumbers off.
Alright, great. Hey, nice meeting you.
All the while, I am literally just eating in the corner.
So the rest of your meal proceeds uninterrupted as you see the couple tables near you guys are like slowly chuckling and laughing. And you see, as you look over, like the table next to you, one of the like more like slimmer rangers kind of like meets your eye and gives you like a thumbs up and a smile.
I was kind of wave back. Go back to eating.
Okay. Yuma, you find your way down to the infirmary. It is adjacent to the teleporter room, and you see a bunch of overworked and very stressed out guild staff running around, doing laundry, wetting washcloths, and attending to a bunch of crippled seekers in about a 50-bed facility.
Do any of them look free? Are there any of the clerics there?
Not really. They're all busy.
I'll go up to the least busy of the busy-looking ones, and I'll simply say, "I'm a cleric. How can I help?"
You catch one of the like laundresses as she's like running past, and she kind of like looks at you. Oh, thank God! Just start anywhere, and like she keeps running.
Okay, I pick the nearest bed. What are we working with?
Looks like a full amputation below the knee.
Oh Jesus. Okay. How's the guy doing otherwise? Is there like actively bleeding?
He's not actively bleeding, but he is in immense amounts of pain, as it seems. He's had no like arcane recovery instilled in him yet. It's just been bandaged.
I will. Can I quick survey of the room? Almost like, is he like one of the worse off people, or
Seems to be one of the like more average baseline.
there's worse off people than him?
Yeah. You see farther back in one of the corners, a full surgeon team is going in about trying to stitch one gentleman's guts back together as he's like screaming.
Okay. I will. What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Yeah. I'm gonna do this. Okay. What's the guy next in the next bed look like?
You see some form of like black rot creeping up through his limbs, and you see it in like real time slowly spreading towards his torso. There's no medical staff around him.
Can I do some kind of medicine check to identify
Go
at
for
least
it.
what, like the nature of the illness? Is it
Go
like
for
a
it.
disease? Let's see here. Do. Go dice
It's
go.
Ligma.
11.
You have no idea.
Can I tell if it's at least maybe a disease? Okay, can I tell if I think lesser restoration would help?
Maybe?
Fuck it, why not? Alright, we'll start there, and I'll cast lesser restoration at second level, because that's the only level I can do. What happens when I lesser restoration the black spreading guy?
You see the black very suddenly retreat back across all of his limbs as he like starts taking deep and steadying breaths.
Okay.
You see his eyes flicker open, and he like sees you.
I'm looking for another injured guy near the guy with the amputated leg. Like, physical injury, like cure wounds territory.
You see one that has extremely bad burning up like his entire left side torso.
That'll do. Okay, so one hand on him, one hand on the guy with the amputated leg. Twin spell cure wounds.
You stabilize the guy with the amputated leg and at least seal it, and you completely heal the burning on the other guy.
They get... amputated guy gets a 9 and the burns guy gets a 4.
Okay.
Alright, how many more beds are there in this room?
Another 48.
Oh, Jesus Christ, okay.
You see as you look over, you see the surgeon team that's operating in the corner. You see the doctor kind of like, or at least the lead cleric, kind of like climb off the bed where he was like straddling this guy, trying to like rearrange guts and back into him, and like
Yeah.
shake his head. And you see
What?
one of the guards in the corner like start striding forward and pull a small dagger out before lodging it in this guy's brain. His
What?
screams suddenly silence. And like clockwork, the team rotates to the next bed.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I thought you meant God shaking his head as me. Okay, no, okay, I see what's happening here. I ain't that powerful. I go on like this to save some time. I keep healing them. I do another twin spell cure wounds.
Okay.
On just 2 more injured people.
You start making your way across the room, and you heal as many as your spell slots are capable of.
I get maybe like 8 people, and then like 1 dude with the lesser restoration, and then I guess medicine checks can do something.
You see in a moment of more calm in the infirmary, as like the situation stabilizes a little bit. The lead cleric kind of like looks over at you, and acknowledges you with like a head nod.
I stay around medicine checking and attempting to tend to wounds and magicless clerical stuff.
Okay. Back to Mossback and Zeph. Zeph, Mossback has led you pretty deeply into the western kind of territory here. And
Do like I do and keep your eyes low.
Understood.
Before long, you see what looks like a crumbled, caved-in building nearing. As you draw closer, you see Mossback kind of like approach it, lead you into like a side alley, kind of look around a little bit before removing a like sheet of rubble from the side of the building, revealing a small hole where he kind of like crouches down on his like hands and knees and crawls through.
Are we
My
going in?
natural fall. Yes, follow me. It may be uncomfortable for you.
I will.
You crawl through about a 5-foot tunnel of like what looks like dug through rubble before emerging on the other side. And Mossback, if you want to paint the scene.
So I think you come in, and it's there's bits of grass patchwork throughout, with like an occasional like light flower that's looking like it's about to blossom, but not like it can't do it fully. And then all kind of at the center of these light patches of grass, there is a thicker patch of grass leading to a small tree that has a few leaves. It doesn't look like it's in. It looks like it's in like fall, or not even like winter. Like it's like losing a lot of its leaves, with a few patchworks there of like a faded orange at the center of it. Almost like it's kind of barely alive, but it's serene. It feels peaceful, like it's just a patch of nature existing in this barren city.
And I wouldn't have ever seen like a plant life like this before, right?
Never.
Copy that. I will pull my book out and start drawing a picture of it, and I'll be like, Mossback, what is this? How did this happen? Did you do this? Who else knows of this?
You.
It's just me. And how long have you been doing this? And I'm like intently like focused on drawing as accurate a picture as I can.
Some odd years. I came across Plantarium, and I point to the plant. A while ago. I've been trying to keep it alive and doing what I can for the bits and pieces here. This is my home.
Your home, okay. And so you asked if I knew much about nature. Why? Is there an issue with it?
Well, I mean, when I came across the tree, it was nearly dead. Much smaller than it is now, but I feel like I don't know how long I can keep any of this going. And if I could show you what I have been resorting to keep it alive.
Yes, please do, and don't mind me. I'm just documenting for my own sake.
So you might find this piece of arcane quite interesting.
Go ahead.
I will undo the wraps on my left forearm to reveal a countless amount of scars. And then I will just nick a bit of it to draw blood, and I will cast Druidcraft. Blood kind of like comes out floating and goes into one of the patches of grass as it starts to sprout a small bud of a flower. And I kind of like revitalize the little bit of grass that's there.
Absolutely
Zeph, as
enticing.
you watch this, your mouth fucking drops open. It
I will,
seems that you are aware that in the past there was another class of magic known as nature magic that was in relation to druidic circles and groves that used to exist. All such groves had long since died out since the ascension upwards. And as far as you know, this magic was completely extinct due to the inability to like cultivate any sort of plant life, which is like the lifeblood of this magic. And you realize that unintentionally, this turtle has possibly just solved the like conundrum of what was stopping nature magic from working in the first place.
What, how did you get into this?
Well, I was kind of running away from a particular beating, and I just hid into this building. And I felt like the tree was talking to me, calling to me, asking for help. I didn't know how, and for a while I really couldn't. Then I could, bleeding on it one day. Woke up. I woke it up.
So you just happened to be bleeding on it, or something in you told you to start bleeding on it?
No, I happened. I was receiving a beating on a different day, and had some open wounds, as I usually came here to rest after my days of labor.
Absolutely enticing. Is there something... Where did you say you were from?
Here, really. I mean, my place of labor is maybe a few blocks down the road.
I see. And you've never formally studied any form of magic?
Not particularly. I just started to do that one day and found I could call upon some other abilities that were lesser requirements.
Can I try?
To bleed on my plants?
Well, you did cut my hand, but if you can do it, then...
No, by all means, please. I've never really had anyone try. I'm more than curious
of course,
if you can help revitalize it.
And so I'm gonna very scientific methody the exact way he did everything. I'm gonna go up there with my cut hand that's maybe still partially bleeding and try and drop the exact amount that he dropped on there.
Okay. Make an Arcana.
$23.
You kind of reach out your hand, and you bleed a little bit on the tree, and you feel a faint kind of mana signature in response. And on kind of an instinct, you reach out to it and try and spark a little bit of mana charge in your blood. And the moment you do, you watch as a piece of bark shoots out of the tree and pierces your hand. As very quickly, blood starts draining from your forearm into the tree, uncontrollably.
What's the reaction of the tree to this? Is it feeding off of the extra blood now, or no?
It seems to be. Go ahead and take a D4 damage for me.
Piss. Can you do it? I don't know where my dice are. I'll take mine, thanks.
Yeah. You take 2 damage as
Two
blood
damage.
is sucked out of your hand and into the tree. On one of the lower branches, you see a single bud blossom.
Absolutely enticing. And have I stopped bleeding?
No, you're still actively stuck to this tree.
Ah, piss.
I will go and grab the bark and just talk to it and say, no, that's enough. Calm down, please. No. Let's try it.
Make a nature check.
An 18.
You reach out to the tree, and you feel a growing, hanging hunger forming within it as it slowly grumbles as it pushes it down and withdraws the bark spike.
What the hell just happened?
I am not sure. I've just never had that reaction to me before.
I'm not talking about that. You just talked to a plant and it listened.
Well, I mean, I just like to talk to it. I feel like they listen a lot better than regular people do when I talk.
Well,
Oh, that's fucking...
it's a plant. How does it understand you?
Oh.
And so you like treat it like it's I mean, it is a living being, but like one with like sustenance behind it, like a soul.
I mean, from what I understand of plants, they are alive. I respect it as if it is. Oh fuck! I can't speak. Fuck! As if it is alive. So yes. But
So-
I mean, I've never.
Lost, bro.
I've
This
never.
must be what plant speak is like.
I've never truly, had it respond to me like that before.
Have you ever had any form of communication back from it before?
Not really. Not since when I felt it asking for help. But I mean, it's never been so active. I mean, to be truthful with you, this is not the only reason why I brought you here.
There's more.
Well, I mean, yes and no. It's not. I mean, it's recent, considering the news that we just received. That
Okay.
it might go. I fear that I will lose my growth, and here I feel that it is easier to do that magic. Whereas when I tried to draw plant life down there, it took a significant more amount of blood. Here it does not. But I do not wish to lose my tree, and I've been trying for quite a while to make it bless me with a seed. And now that I may lose this home, I ask for help. I cannot move the tree, but maybe I can make it take root elsewhere.
And you expect it to do that how?
Well, I don't know. I've tried giving a lot more blood to it and make it blossom even further. To possibly pull a seed or something out of it that could take root, but as you can see here, all these other patches that I have made don't really blossom a tree.
I see.
From what I would assume is a seed. Oh, go
Have you
ahead.
tried taking a piece off of it and replanting the piece of it instead of a seed?
Well, I've tried leaves, I've tried what little bit of bark I can take, with being respectful to the tree, because I don't really want to kill it. I don't want to harm it. It is living.
Right.
But most of the time, the leaves I pluck are usually the dead ones, because I don't want to take any bit of life it may have.
I understand. Interesting. Would I have read much about relocating nature at any point?
Yeah. Like, This
Or
is some like
anything-
more very historical knowledge now, because this has not been relevant for a very long time. There are forms of like plant transplants, and usually when like growing crops or something, people would like take seeds or leftovers from food or crop to replant them.
Okay. Did I happen to catch much of that? Anything?
Then again, you've never dealt with a blood-sucking tree, so like
Right.
shit's up in the air here.
Right. Okay.
Well, I mean, to be quite honest, some days I don't give it blood, I just give it water, and it seems to work all the same, but the blood is definitely like an acceleration to it, and at that fact, I'll just feed a plant like normal, and just put some water on it, just because I water them. But it's never, it's never the same. Clearly there is... But
What is the floor of your hut made out of? Is it just like a dirt floor?
I mean, whatever the floors that they use in the city, probably they're like, but like a kind of like cracks in it, definitely like some dirt rooting up through it, but stone
Yeah.
or wood, whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find a. Do you have any like glasses around here?
Glass. I'm gonna look for where a window might be in this building.
He has what is like the equivalent of a makeshift water pail that he has been using to transport water here.
Okay, very good. Now I'm gonna like look for like a loose floorboard in the floor. Any of them somewhat loose?
I'm
gonna take the short sword that I picked up off that dead body, and I'm gonna crack this floorboard up, and I'm gonna go over to the tree,
Please,
and I'm gonna
please keep quiet. I don't need
I'm
to draw
sorry.
attention.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna hang the bucket off of the end of the plank, and I'm gonna call Moss back over, and I'm gonna say, I have a theory that it likes your blood more, but it also seems to really like mine, but it's used to yours. So we're gonna mix them together in this bucket, and then we're gonna try and pour it from this plank a good distance away so it doesn't stab us again. And we're gonna see what happens.
Is this one of these experiments?
Hypotheses, correct? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so I will set all this up, and then I will extend my already injured hand out. Watch it, Smiley. I will extend my already injured hand out, and I will ask him to do the same.
Yes.
Somewhere in the great beyond, the eldritch entity known as Bill Nye is silently cheering you on.
You just
Okay.
spoiled my character. No, I'm just kidding.
You all kind of drain some blood in the little pail here, and you put it on the end of the plank and slowly extend it towards the tree. Nothing seems to happen. It's just kind of like a couple inches away from the tree, chilling in the pail.
Okay, I will attempt to tilt the floorboard in a manner that would not tip the pail completely off of it, but start pouring maybe the bits of blood out of the bottom on it.
Okay. You kind of tip the pail a little bit, and as the first drop of blood splashes on the tree, you see a giant limb erupt from the tree and pierce the pail completely.
Oh shit!
Instantly, the blood is sucked into the root, and you see that single blossom that had come out fully kind of emerge into like a single green leaf.
A leaf. I think that we're onto something here, Mossback.
Yes, a leaf. I'll be honest, I could have done that myself. But sure, yes.
But it erupted. That was so neat. That was much better than mine.
Yes, it was quicker, yes, but...
We need more, Mossback.
Oh.
We need more.
What have I done?
We need more blood. We need more blood.
Well, okay. I have a limit to what I can do, clearly. And I show the wrist, and then I'll be like, and there's more on this arm. It takes quite a lot out of me to do a lot.
The earth is hungry, Mossback.
I'm not in the business of harming other people without their consent.
All is alright with research, Mossback.
And that's how you make a.
Oh God.
I will diligently be writing all of this in my wizardly book very quickly with my wizardly quill.
Okay.
And I'll say, I need time to study. We must go. I need to think about this.
Well, I will rest here as I usually do, but you're more than welcome to leave if you want to sleep in the comfort of the home.
Yes, of course. What time are you awakening?
Do you know what time it is right now?
I know exactly how long it is until sunset.
I don't know. It's like 4 p.m.
It's like 4 p.m. We have about 5 hours until nightfall.
Well, I'll probably go to sleep at the late hour of 8:30. Get a good 10 hours of sleep. So probably about 6.
I'll see you around 6.
Really, he wakes up at 5, spends half an hour clearing his throat, and another half hour brewing coffee.
Sounds like you.
All
I will return to my humble lodging.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything for the night?
Food first, but yeah.
I wanted to ask about the shield that I picked up a while back from the Iron Duke place. It has the same helmet of the Iron Duke or whatever. Is it on the shield or is it like built into the shield? If that makes sense.
It is like cut into the shield, kind of. There's like a small helmet protruding from the rest of the shield.
So I wouldn't be able to like remove it, would I?
No.
Okay. Alright. Never mind.
I will just eat the little bit of food that I gathered, drink a little bit, and then spend the rest of the time watering the rest of the plants, and then I will cover up the entrance and go in my shell. Go to sleep.
Okay. All right. You all kind of go back to the tavern. You get a good meal for the night, and I'm assuming you all retire to your rooms, right?
Yes.
I mean, I stay in my grove, but yeah.
Yeah.
Zeph would like to swing by the infirmary and look for a supply of blood.
Oh my god. Make an investigation.
Yuma does not leave the infirmary.
At all?
No.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
That's a natural 20 for a 26.
Dude, there's a lot of fucking blood here.
There's
There's a guy with an open, like, abdominal cavity that was knifed earlier, so...
He's sitting with a bucket, just fucking...
I will find the closest amount of, like, the biggest 5-gallon pail that I can, and I'll go to anybody with an open wound that's just draining, and I will, like, act like I'm helping by collecting the blood so it doesn't cause an infection to other patients, is what I'll say.
This is so fucked up.
He's gonna inject this into himself and die, because it's gonna be the wrong blood type.
Yuma, around 8 p.m., you notice Zeph kind of, like, creep into the infirmary and, like, nonchalantly pick up a pail and just go around, like, collecting blood from patients.
I would like to do a religion check to determine what my deity's opinion is on the sanctity of blood.
Make a religion check.
Or just like, you know, the local, like, what the divines think of blood theft.
Okay.
It's not theft. It's to avoid cross-contaminating and infecting other patients.
I mean, they don't need it.
Exactly.
He's actually making a goal.
That would be a 17.
The taking of blood
Yeah.
is kind of a gray area here. It's not like expressly stated in the books, you know, like body deformation is and like mutilation.
But blood's not held with any significant regard.
Not like particularly, as long as it's not going back into somebody like without cause. You don't see him like drinking the blood from a bucket yet.
So at the moment all he's done is put blood in a bucket. Okay, I will keep an eye on him, like just on the corner of my eye, and just keep, tending to people.
It takes half an hour before like you see him just kind of like turn on his heel and just start marching out of the infirmary with a bucket of blood.
What do the other any of the other clerics have any kind of opinions of this?
They're kind of busy and they don't really give a shit.
That's fair.
I know
I
he's
don't.
cleaning, man.
I also do not care that the local janitor has arrived.
Oh, this is fucked up. Did not see it going this way. Okay.
I cannot wait for the wizard / cross-spect into druid / cross-spect into, I don't know, blood hunter, that one homebrew effect class.
Zeph, you successfully get away with the city's first... No, it would not be the city's first. You get away with blood theft.
Sweet. I will take it to the hut. I will have draped part of my cloak over it as to not let people see me walking with a bucket of blood, and rather a bucket with maybe blood stains on the outside.
That's not at all ominous.
Right.
Yeah, that's
About halfway
See
through
that.
like the district of the family, you see like some shady guys on a street corner like begin to approach you, and then one of them like stops and taps the other guy on the shoulder, pointing at the bucket, and they both turn around and walk the other way.
Good call. Good call.
You know,
bro. They probably think you got a head in there. That's crazy.
this is
Think you're
Spare
part of the other
organs.
gangs.
Spare organs.
You make it back to the hut, and Mossback's asleep. It's like 9 p.m., dude.
Perfect time for me to conduct experiments.
Oh, you
Can I
my grove.
can I do some type of check to see if I can see how like deep of a sleeper he is?
You want my passive perception?
Yeah.
15.
Make a stealth check.
$22.
You do not wake the turtle from his nap as you creep towards the blood tree with a pail of blood.
Perfect. I will try and find a like piece of that floorboard that I ripped up earlier. Not the
Okay.
whole piece, but I'm gonna like tear off a little piece that's like a little bit long, and I'm gonna dip it in there, and I'm gonna try and fling a drop of that blood onto it.
You just a single drop.
Yeah, just like one drop, just to see if it has a negative reaction.
You fling the drop on, and you see it instantly get sucked into the bark.
No other reaction. It didn't affect positively or negatively. It just kind of consumed it.
Yep.
Okay, we're going back to the pouring method with the floorboard this time. So we're gonna pour just a smidgen of it in, so more than a drop, maybe a gulp.
Okay. The moment you pour the gulp in, you see that same limb like expand out of the tree again and punch through the pail. And instantly, like the entire pail is sucked dry as you see about a solid quarter of a limb like erupt in green blossoms.
Damn it, we need more blood.
Oh God! Oh Jesus!
I will ponder this and set everything back to how I found it there, and I will go back to my room, attempting to not leave a trace that I was there.
I wonder what
Okay.
is it the flesh stealers from the survival guide? I wonder how they feel about this.
I wonder what the tree who can speak to Mossberg thinks about this.
He's probably
Mossback!
enjoying life, bro. He's fucking twisted on fucking blood, dude.
Like, damn, this is good eats. That old turtle don't give me shit, man.
That's insane.
I'm sure this will have no negative repercussions
I swear to God.
throughout the game.
Oh, I'm sure.
None at
It's
all.
alright, though. It's for science.
Anyways, you all go back to your rooms for the night, except for Mossback and Yuma, who stay in their respective kind of areas.
Yep.
Zeph is the final one to make it to the room a little past 9:30. And we set in for the night, and you all get a full night's rest.
Long rest.
Yep,
Full
long
health.
rest. And we will call the game there for the night.
Yay,
Yeah.
we did it.
Blood Tree God, let's go.
Oh my gosh.
That did not go the way I thought it would. I did not know it was alive.
It's a tree. What do you mean?
Not like that.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
thank y'all for watching. Keep an eye out for the next episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. It's been fun. Bye-bye.